You know that feeling, right? That little voice that tells you not to shine too brightly, not to stand out too much. It's this weird, invisible pressure we've all felt. Well, today, we're gonna give that feeling a name.
I mean, think about it. That time you got a promotion and you kind of downplayed it. Or when you had this amazing idea in a meeting, but you held back because you didn't want to seem, I don't know, too ambitious? Yeah, that feeling. That's what we're getting into. It's so human and way more common than you think.
Let's picture our world for a second, like it's this huge, perfectly manicured garden. But in this garden, there's this unspoken rule. Every flower has to grow to the exact same height. This is the garden of conformity.
And there's an actual name for this, the tall poppy syndrome. It's basically this unwritten social contract that says, hey, go ahead and be successful. Just, not too successful. If you grow too tall, the invisible shears of public opinion are going to come out and try to snip you right back down to size.
But here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't some new age social media problem. Nope. This instinct, this whole reaction, it is ancient. It's like we're running on some old software. So let's go back and find out where it came from.
For almost all of human history, we lived in small tribes. And back then, survival was all about sticking together. Group cohesion wasn't a nice to have, it was everything. So if one person started getting way too powerful or too different, it could actually threaten the whole group. Envy, in that world, wasn't just some petty emotion. It was a biological alarm system, a gut instinct to keep everything in balance.
And that's the big disconnect, isn't it? Today, the ancient tribe is gone. We live in this massive, global society that supposedly celebrates individual achievement. But that old alarm system, it is still there, hardwired right into our DNA. So when you succeed, when you stand out, you can accidentally set off that ancient alarm in the people around you. It just makes them feel uneasy.
So this brings us to a really fascinating way of looking at the psychology behind all this. It's what you might call a morality of mediocrity. A belief system that kind of, celebrates being average.
The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, he had a word for this, ressentiment. He noticed that sometimes people who feel like they can't achieve something great, they just invent a whole new moral code to make themselves feel better. They do this little mental flip. All of a sudden, having huge ambition isn't a good thing. It's arrogance. And staying put in your comfort zone, that's not being stuck. That's humility. See how that works?
And this image just nails it, doesn't it? It's not that the people in the valley want to climb the mountain. A lot of the time they don't. They just can't stand the view from where they are. Your success becomes a mirror, and they don't like what they see. So instead of starting their own climb, it's just easier to try and pull you back down.
Okay, so we've looked at the problem. We see where it comes from, both in our evolution and in our psychology. The big question is, what on earth do you do about it? How are you supposed to react when you feel those shears getting a little too close? Well, let's talk about a new strategy.
There's a way to deal with this that has nothing to do with fighting back, or arguing, or worst of all, making yourself smaller. And the secret is actually found in nature. So get this, the crow is the only bird that's bold enough, or maybe dumb enough, to attack an eagle. It will literally land on the eagle's back and start pecking at its neck. So what do you think the eagle does? This majestic, powerful bird being annoyed by this little crow, what's its move? The eagle doesn't waste a single drop of energy trying to fight. It doesn't try to shake the crow off. It does something so much smarter, so much more powerful. It just opens its massive wings and starts to climb. It soars up and up and up, higher and higher into the sky where the air gets thin. So thin that the crow literally can't breathe. And eventually, the crow just falls away. The eagle wins not by engaging with the attack, but by rising to a place where the attack can't even exist. And that right there, that metaphor, that is the entire lesson. This is your call to stop worrying about the other flowers on the ground and to start focusing on the wide open sky above you. All the critics, the peckers, the people trying to cut you down, they can only get to you if you stay at their altitude. You're the one who gives them power by arguing, by defending yourself, by shrinking. So what's the real answer? You don't say sorry for your growth. You never make yourself smaller to make someone else feel bigger. You hear the noise, you recognize it for what it is, just background noise, and you keep climbing. You bloom anyway. Look, the world does not need another garden of perfectly identical poppies. It needs people who aren't afraid of the sun. It needs people who are willing to rise. So really, the only question left is the one you gotta ask yourself. The sky is waiting. How high are you gonna fly?